In 2004, the initial even idea of setting up a foundation and starting a philanthropic activity, some sort of move towards that. I was 24, I was very young. Before I didn't really think about it at all. It was instigated by Beslan tragedy in North Ossetia. I was in Moscow at the time. I was deeply moved to a point where I had to do something. And so that also forced me to go back to my childhood, to reconnect with that little girl that I was, and to ask myself some really important questions, like what was the most important thing for me then? And from asking those questions, I found the answer. For me, play, and in fact, being part of being a child is what was missing the most in my childhood. And so I thought that by building play parks and playgrounds in Russia, I could fulfill that need of children, but also children who like my sister, have certain specific problems. My idea was first to build in Beslan, but then, in the end, I built in Beslan 36 play parks and playgrounds later. It was something that was highly supported by the most important people in this country, which are children for me.
What can you say about the recent government efforts to reduce and control adoption of Russian orphans by foreign citizens?
Well, I see it in a more positive way, that Russian government is trying to instigate and encourage Russian people to adopt more. And in fact, we have been seeing a lot of increased cases of adoption here in Russia. It is difficult. There are certain stereotypes. There's certain sort of, it's something that's the simple reason I would imagine as an explanation. There's always an explanation. And to me, without going into details, I think that it's really difficult to control something that's going on so far away. So yes, Russia is also actually a big country. However, still, I imagine that's what's sort of going through the head of someone who is responsible, actually really responsible with their job for these children. If it's right or wrong, it's difficult to say, because situations are very different. We have to treat each case individually, and although I'm for making adoption process more difficult in a positive way, sort of to make sure that these people are qualified to be parents and etc. However, I don't think it should become completely impossible for foreigners to adopt Russian children, because we still have 40,000 children just with special needs in this country who are out there growing up without parents.